What's up? What's up? It's your girl, Dr. Tarika Lewis, your partner in success and progress. And I help people to achieve success in their lives, careers, and businesses by using education and other tools. So I'm so happy to be with you. I'm jumping on live because I just wanted to connect with my viewers and I wanted to address a question I get asked a lot. So I'm just double checking all of my secondary devices to make sure that you all can see me and hear me. And we're going to jump right in really quickly. This is a super brief connection. Like I said, I'm just well, we know that works. We know you guys can hear me there, and I'm seeing myself on YouTube, so we are ready to go. So right now, hey Stan, it's good to see you, Stan the man. Thank you so much for showing up and sharing some time with me. Good to see your comments are rolling in. So we're going to get started, and I'm going to reintroduce myself really quickly because it's been a while since I've been live. It's been a while since I connected with you guys, and I'm using new tools. So let's just jump right in. Again, my name is Dr. Tarika Lewis. People call me Dr. Lou, and I help people to achieve success using education and other tools. And they achieve that success in their lives, in their businesses, in their careers, and so much more. And today, I just want to thank you so much for joining me live. And for those of you that are not live, that are going to be catching this on the replay, please jump down in the comments and put replay there. I just want to capture how many of my viewers are seeing me on the playback, okay? And for those of you that don't get to stay till the end of this, and I really do hope that you do, because again, this is brief. It's going to zero in, drill in on a topic that's really important, especially to parents of school-age children right now with everything that's going on in the school system. But for those of you trying to motivate yourself with education so that you can better your life, these are some important tips and tools. Won't take long. So if you can stick around to the end, that's great. Just know that this will be available for a short period of time on this platform before it's moved to my YouTube channel. We could talk about that later. You can always get in touch with me and get what you need. So anyway, I'm going live today to answer the question, what do I do when my child hates school? I have so many parents that are saying either that the child hates school or that they're crying about it, they don't want to sit down and do school, or that they're just dragging their feet on it, or just not motivated. Now, what I want to say is that we are blaming COVID for a lot of this stuff. We're blaming COVID for so many things right now. And the truth of the matter is that COVID may just be revealing a problem that was already there. For some of these students that are acting out to get out of school work and they're just not motivated, you can recall when your child was accused of doing the same thing in the classroom. And so we need to look at that. But really quickly, I want to tell you some things you can do right now just to deal with the lack of motivation and the resistance. And these are things that shouldn't take too much of your time, but it's worth the investment as a parent into your kid, and it's going to drive you guys closer. So the first thing is you want to sit down with your kid at some point, and you may do these things over separate times, or you may do them back to back all at once. It's quality time, whatever works for you. Ask your kid what they want. What does your child want to do, to be, to have in life, period? And you want them to start talking about career. You want them to start talking about what does that lifestyle look like in that life experience. You want them to start talking about how much money they want to make. And the reason you want to ask them in this way is because it's just like, I always think of the Marlboro commercials back in the day, right? Those cigarette commercials advertised everything but cigarettes. They told you you were going to be a cowboy. And then I forget what the other product was, but people were always on rowboats with perfectly white teeth and perfect hair, right? So it really didn't show you what that product was going to do to your life, but it showed you a lifestyle that people want to have. To this day, entrepreneurship, being a millionaire, billionaire, whatever, people are chasing money, but really they're chasing the lifestyle. They think that they're automatically going to be on a yacht. There are so many millionaires that don't have time to be on a yacht. They're working a lot more hours than you are, doing work that they don't like any more than you like your work, but they're locked into it now because the lifestyle requires it in order to pay the bills. Sound familiar? Exactly. And so the point that I'm making is you really want to sit down with your kid and figure out what are their pain points and what it is they really want so that you can start to tie school to it. Because if there's no purpose in them going to school, then why are you making them go? Right? All right. So number 2, you want to show them what they need to learn in order to be, to do, or to have whatever that thing was that they said, those things were that they said in step 1. And again, you want to remember to hit lifestyle points as much as you're hitting career, as much as you're hitting money. Remember that what they really want is to be happy, right? And you have to ask them that. You have to drive that understanding in case they don't know. You have to ask them. So you say you want to be a rock star. Okay. Well, when you are a rapper or a singer or whatever, Are you okay with it if you hate your house? Are you okay with it if you don't have any family or friends? They're going to say no. Why? Because they're imagining their life is going to be like the video that they saw. And that's what you need to target them on, because then you can get them to start being realistic about what they're going to have to do to get the lifestyle that they want. And they have a much better chance of becoming that if they start getting really aware now and getting really clear, or making a different choice if that's not really what they want. They just want the lifestyle that goes with it. So you've asked them for what they want in work, in life, career, whatever. And now you're going to show them that they need to be some things in order to be that thing. Now, this may take a little research. It may take a little tough truth, but just remember that right here, your job is not to destroy their dreams. Your job is to help them to begin to figure out how to map out a plan for how to live a life that they feel like they dreamed of, a life that they desire and deserve. Because isn't that what we all want for our children? It's like for so many parents, they've given up on it for themselves. They used to want it for themselves, but we will still fight, right? We will still fight tooth and nails to give that to our children. So let's start here, and then we can work our way on, right? So you've shown them that they're going to have to do a few things in order to become that. Now you've got to be open-minded. You've got to be open-minded and treat it like they could very well do it. And, a lot of times the biggest obstacle to a child living their dreams or feeling like they can become anything is the fact that they've been taught that they can't, that it's unrealistic, right? That there's a 1 in a million chance that they can do it. Well, if the LeBron James of the world, or the Michael Jordans of the world, or the Kobe Bryants of the world, or the Beyoncés of the world had to believe that, then they just wouldn't be here. And I'm not saying that to say you want your child to be like any of those people. I'm saying that if they exist, then whatever it is that your child wants to be is possible as well. So if you sit down with them, you now know what they say that they want. You've shown them that in order to be, do, and have that, it's going to take a little work by giving them job descriptions. For example, going back to that last step, go online, research what it takes to do that particular thing. There are always skill sets involved that you don't even think about, right? For every person that's ever been able to sing and dance well, there's a person that did it well for about 5 minutes and went bankrupt because they didn't have any business sense and didn't have anybody in their camp they can trust. So the bottom line is you want to show your kid that there's more to it than just what they see. You want to be open-minded to it so you can support them. And then next, and I'm on step number 4, you want to show them that all career and life success requires learning. And this is where you really want to drill into, not just one area of a life experience. So you want to talk about, to do that job and be good at it, to be popular at it, or to be paid well at it, you're going to have some learning. To have that talent, right? To sing or whatever, to play football, whatever the thing is, to be a business person, you're going to have to learn some things in order to be good at it. But also, the thing that they really want, which is the happiness, is going to require them to work on their health, their physical health, their mental health, their emotional health, their spiritual health. And you want to start showing them all of that. And last but not least, a lot of rich people go broke quick because they don't have financial skills and they don't have somebody on their team. So you want to start showing them that, again, if they don't understand just the fundamentals that they're getting in school, that they're not going to be living the lifestyle that they think they're going to live, even if they have the talent or have the motivation or the drive. I have worked with so many students that once I showed them how their basic math skills impacted their bank account, I didn't have to argue with them about math anymore. I've got students that hated math at first that loved it. And that's saying a lot, right? Because I was a math teacher for a minute and kids are just predisposed to think that math is hard. So you either got the kid that's great at math or the kid that hates it off rip because they've decided it's hard and nobody wants to do anything that they feel like they're not going to be good at. So you're going to show them that whatever they want to be, to have requires learning, not school, learning. It's important to separate the two because every school is not a place of learning and every space of learning is not a school. Number 5, you're going to help them to accept that some way, somehow, in order to be successful and live a happy life, they've got to take their learning seriously and get started working on it. And if they resist you at this point, ask them for a demo. So if they say they want to be a YouTube or social media influencer, you say, okay, set a date. And on that date, they're going to produce a product for you. They're going to record a video using your cell phone or whatever, because they record entire feature little filmettes on cell phones. So they don't need all kinds of equipment or whatever. If they say they want to be a social media influencer, tell them, okay, this Saturday, I want you to produce a short snippet of something that you would drop on social media, something that you think would go viral. All right. And you give them an opportunity to plan it out and do all of the stuff and things. And then you show up for the premiere and let them show it to you. Now, one of two things is going to happen, right? And I'm using that as an example. But if they say that they want to be an athlete, if they say that they want to be a CEO or whatever, same deal applies. On Saturday, we're going to sit down and you're going to go over your business plan with me for how you're going to run this business since you're going to be the boss of it, right? If they say they're going to be a fashion designer, on Saturday, you're going to sit down and show me how you were going to bring some work to light, to fruition. What you're looking for is to show them that in addition to the talent to make the thing or be the thing or do the thing, there's also a business side of it. There is a fundamental side of it where they should be getting some sort of theory or understanding of it. And it's important for you to be the open-minded part that we went back to. You want to make sure that you're not on the page of expecting that college is the answer to everything. But the whole point is they need to understand that even those people, and I'm going to go here now. I wasn't going to go here now, but I will. Even those people that people keep holding up in front of us and saying they're proof that you can do it without college. If you really want to be successful in business, don't go to college, do this. Well, it's not about college, but whether we're talking about Bill Gates, who people like to throw up, or Steve Jobs, or any of the others, it's important to understand a few things. Number one, each of those gentlemen got into Ivy League colleges. Right? They got into some of the top colleges, which means they were academically prepared to do so. They went to K-12 and they took it seriously, right? Number two, if they did not go to college, they still got their skill sets elsewhere. Now, in the case of both of those gentlemen, they went to college for a while and felt like they knew enough to then jump out into the business world and do it themselves, right? But if you look at Bill Gates' information now, and I'm not holding him up as an example of success, but he is a person that achieved something in his career and in his finances that a lot of people want to, even if they pretend like they don't. So in the case of this person, his reading list is ridiculous. And every year he'll publish the top 20 or 30 books he's read in that year, but he reads so many more. He created his own school. And that's what you want to get across to them, is that you're open to the fact that they may need to do school differently, but they still got to show you that they're going to be willing to learn what it takes in order to be successful. Because at the end of the day, that's what you really want for your child, right? The degree doesn't hurt your feelings if you're that parent that likes to brag to your friends. But if your child has a degree and they're so disappointed with their life right now that they don't want to live it, then it means nothing. Nothing whatsoever. And so it's important to remember that your job is to get them to do what the next thing is. And we're almost at the end, guys. And that's help them to map out a learning path that will create the life experience that they love. Not just a job, not just to have a family, not just to have a house, not just to do. These are the things that as a kid, we thought when we do this, we'll be a grown up, right? And we assume that if I had this and I get to be this, then I'm going to be happy. But you know what that's just like? If I ask my kid right now, let's say I ask my 8-year-old. 8 is pretty old, right? For a little kid, I could go down to 4. But let's say I ask my kid to show me how to drive. And she does this. I'm going to jump in the car. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to put the keys in the ignition. And I'm just going to do this with the steering wheel. We're going to be in a ditch real quick. And that's if she figures out how to press the gas, because you can't see the gas. And the point that I'm getting at here is that they need to map out a life experience that includes all the elements that will allow them to actually get somewhere or to drive. All right. And so when they do that, I'm sorry, for whatever reason, I'm getting calls. I'm getting blown up right now. All right. So when they do that, they will see that they need to have this learning path mapped out, and that it's about more than just what they see on the surface, right? It's the whole iceberg situation. And so once you've done that, you guys are now working together to build a bridge from where they are now to where they want to be, with a whole lot of happiness in between. And by you taking their dreams and their visions seriously, they're going to take you more seriously when you say, okay, look, it's time to do work. We've got to get through with this K-12 education. And we've already got a plan for what we're going to do beyond that to get you the skills that you need to be the thing that you want to be, to do the stuff that you want to do, to have the things that you want to have. You will get buy-in from a kid. I promise you. I promise you. It doesn't matter what the personality type, what end of the spectrum they are, how much they did or didn't struggle in school. This has worked for every student, from the student who has such strong learning disabilities that as an adult, they still struggle to read. And this has worked for students who are, capable of passing any class, but just don't want to anymore. Wherever you find your child on the spectrum, if you invest these few steps, you will see a change. You will see motivation, and you will stop having to fight with them about school and other things, to be honest with you, because if it's not about making a better life for them, you wouldn't be having them do it. So as long as you tie the things that they're doing into that method works. It works for chores. You don't want to take out the trash? Let me show you what maggots look like. Let's look it up online. You don't want to brush your teeth? Let me show you what teeth look like. Let's look it up online. And you got to decide which one of these you want. You want your teeth to look like this picture right here? I did that one time with each of my kids. I never had to do it again. Anytime I see them putting off brushing their teeth, do we need to go look at some pictures? Because these are real people's teeth, right? So I say that to say, don't be afraid to use this method. Let the real world show the child what he or she is missing in the bubble. And then you'll be able to get them buy-in. I know these are tough times right now. I know that a lot of people are struggling with this whole school situation. I know that COVID-19 has not made it easier for you in any way. But just remember, if you're seeing them dread school, it's not because of COVID. It's because they are not motivated yet. They don't see the purpose in it yet, and they don't see the value. And that's what we want to give them, is value. Having said that, if you would like to see my Learn Your Way to Career and Life Success checklist, feel free to comment below on this video and I'll be happy to send it to you. You can also message me on any of my social media platforms. I am Dr. Tarika Lewis on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, you name it. You can find me easily. And then my YouTube channel, if you're already watching YouTube, you know it, but it's Evolve and Expand with a little light bulb and E&E on the inside. All right, so remember, comment, message me, do what you need to do. I'm happy to help you and support you. If you want more detail and more support than that, I'm here. Same way to get in touch with me. Let's do this. The bottom line is, I got the support that you need in order to help your child succeed. And I did not plan on that sounding so corny, but it came out that way and I'm sticking with it. Having said that, remember, you can always reach out to me. Until next time, if you are watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe and hit that notification button. If you're watching me on Facebook or Periscope, please hit that like button. Give me a couple of comments and let me know that you saw it all the way through. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, it's your girl, Dr. Tarika Lewis, otherwise known as Dr. Lou, your partner in success and progress. I love you. I believe in you. And for now, I am out.